The club is brought to you by Sky Bet in support of the British Heart Foundation.
The Sky Bet EFL Every Minute Relay is already underway. The cyclists, runners and walkers have already completed an amazing 1,000 kilometres.
The relay visits all 72 EFL clubs. That's 72 legs, all in effort of getting 270,000 football fans trained in life-saving CPR by the time this season's playoff arrives.
You can donate by giving just 15 minutes of your time to learn CPR by searching the British Heart Foundation's online tool, Reviver. That's REVIVR for more information.
15 minutes is all it takes.
Sky Bet, in partnership with the British Heart Foundation.
18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Talking of aspirations that haven't quite materialised this season, Erling Haaland. What on earth? I know he's injured now and we've got to discuss how you're going to cope with that. But the other thing that we need to discuss is what has happened to Erling Haaland's form? Like, what he was never guilty of, what he was like the finisher. So, you know, in the past when I've seen like wasteful strikers, he was never that. He was a finisher, the archetypal finisher. I've started to see Erling Haaland miss sitters.
Oh, no, it was bad against Bournemouth, mate. It was so bad. My first thought was when I was watching the game, they've given him a 10-year contract. I'm never going to question his professionalism. You know me, I'll defend him to the hilt more than anyone on YouTube or whatever, because I think he's a really great striker of his era. He's one of the greats ever. He's a prodigious talent. You've rewarded him with a 10-year contract. You can take your foot off the gas a little bit, can't you? 10 years. It's like tenure. A university professor gets tenure for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You 10-year contract.
And also, you know, you can't choose it sometimes. So, you know, Erling Haaland himself, I reckon that when he was given that contract, he's true professional, truly ambitious, wants to be the very best and wants to secure the best for Man City. When he signed that contract, I don't think that he would have ever thought that it was possible for it to affect his drive.
Yeah.
But I feel like subconsciously, you can't have the same drive. It's almost impossible. You know, if someone says you have a 10-year contract, irrespective of form or anything, you are now richer than you could have ever dreamed of being when you were a child. You are now more successful than you could ever dream.
It has to be a factor.
I just don't see how you can.
And he did. By the way, look, I'm saying it as a biased City fan. He deserved a contract extension. It completely nullified any threat of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Saudi Arabia coming in. It was a logistical thing that the club had to do, and I think that's why City have been so successful in the last 10 years, securing talent early. Yeah. Look at what's happening at Liverpool, but 10 years and a pay rise and massive bonuses. I'm not questioning his professionalism. All I'm saying is, has it affected it even by 2 or 3%?
Yeah, or 0.1%. You know, the margins that they operate. The margins that they operate.
By the way, he scored. By the way, he's at 30 goals this season, 3 seasons in a row now.
Yeah, but those
30
stats
goals.
don't tell us anything about the player because...
No, I agree with what you're saying about his performance, of course.
No, but because
all I'm
so
saying is
good,
he still scored.
But it's not the point. Like, you know, it is possible for the very best players in world football to win a golden boot and have a bad season, by their own standards, because they don't play by the same rules. If Chris Wood had had the season that well, he's not far off, but if Chris Wood had actually had the season that Erling Haaland has had, you're saying he deserves Player of the Year. But Erling Haaland is judged by a different yardstick to other centre forwards. Yeah. If Gabriel Jesus was doing for Arsenal what Erling Haaland has done this year, you're saying he's the best player in the league. Yeah. But you don't judge every player by the same standard.
It's just interesting if you actually say, if he's on 15 goals in all comps this season, you can really criticise him because his technique, I think, is still lacking. I think he has to improve massive areas of his game as a footballer. But then you actually look at his numbers, they're not as good as the first season.
Nobody's ever going to see him getting 15 in a season. Like, that's impossible. Only an idiot would have ever thought he could get 15.
Yeah. All I'm saying is he's ticking over. He is just ticking over the season. You give him par of the season. And for the money he's on,
and par's not good enough, is it? Yeah.
No, he has to be on more.
Can you cope without him?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Tell me why.
Well, Marmoush is electric, mate. I don't know if you saw the second half against Bournemouth, but this guy is... He's got so much
pace. You used the word electric a lot today. You've been listening to Oasis this morning.
He's got a family full of eccentrics.
I think electric count must be on about 40.
No, Marmoush is fantastic, mate. And I, as a false nine with wingers, Savinho on one side, he'll be back. He was in the hospital in Brazil with his wife giving birth, I think it was. That's why he was missing against Bournemouth. Doku back. There's a lot of pace there. I think Marmoush will score
in a weird way.
Goals.
Bear with me on this, but let me finish the question because I think that you're just going to think it's ridiculous. Is there some sort of benefit to not having Erling Haaland? Are you potentially better without the best centre forward in the league or second best centre forward in the league?
Yeah, we're better on the eye.
Are you better on the pitch?
Yeah, better on the pitch in terms of link-up play. I thought he was really poor against Bournemouth. His goals get City over the line. His goals have been instrumental. I'm never going to shy away from defending what his goals have contributed towards my club. A treble in his first season. His goals, 52 goals and 53 appearances.
Do you think you make it?
But the
Do you think you make
appearances,
top 4? Top 5?
It's going to be harder. But I back the City side with that fluidity without him.
Yeah, you've got 27 points to play for.
Newcastle are 3 points behind you. Wow, sorry, can go ahead of you with their game in hand.
Yeah, and a couple of other sides below them as well, Brighton and all them guys.
But realistically, you've got 27 points to play for. Have you got a target in mind? What do you need? 65, something like that? Are you thinking?
But look at the running. I think, look, beat Leicester easy at home. Beat United easy, of course.
Do you think you go to Old Trafford and win, honestly?
Huh?
Do you honestly think you go to Old Trafford?
Yeah, the roof's caving in.
No,
they're building a circus tent down the road. The roof's caving in, so we win that game.
You didn't beat us at Etihad, but...
Palace, but I'm saying at Old Trafford. Palace at home. Everton away, Villa. Okay, Villa's a
You're
tough
just reading
team.
them out.
No, but they're all wins. They're 4 wins in a row.
Okay,
they're 4 wins.
To be fair, someone made me do this for United the other day and just reading out his fiction.
Yeah, just reading out fixtures.
Win.
Villa's tough, but after Villa, Wolves at home, Southampton win that, Bournemouth win that, Fulham win that. They're all winnable games. I'm not trying to be cocky.
Mate, Fulham away, last day of the
I feel
season.
like Palace.
Fulham away.
They're
Shit at home. They got banged by Eze.
Palace could give you a problem.
Palace?
Do you know, without a dog in the fight?
We're at home against
I
Palace.
feel like you'll make it. But you know, when I'm looking at your fixtures, I agree with you. Guardiola versus Van Nistelrooy is ridiculous. Like that's a win for Man City. But I could see you slipping up at Old Trafford. I could see you slipping up against Palace. I think going to Goodison Park for your final ever visit is tough. I think Aston Villa at home is really tough. Wolves, I think you'll win. Southampton, you'll most certainly win. Bournemouth, I don't think it's easy. And Fulham away last day of the season. Again, I think you'll win if you have to, because they'll have nothing to play for.
City wins 7 of them at least. A couple
But
of
mate,
draws.
you're not going to win 7 out of 9. You haven't won 7 out of 9 all season.
I think it's going to happen.
But okay,
The form's picking up, mate.
but mate, I've seen you lose 9 out of 11.
Yeah, but
now
these
you're
good
saying you're
sides.
going to win
But
7
in there,
out.
you got Real Madrid in there. You got Liverpool in there. You got some big sides in there, man.
Okay, so you can't really see it.
No, Nico.
You can't see it being a problem.
You're Gonzalez,
obviously-
Rodri's coming back.
So you're going to you're
gonna blitz it.
It's in the bag.
gonna blitz it,
You're going
Rory.
to finish second.
Imagine above Arsenal. Imagine that.